Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to St. Bernard Acres. This is Wednesday the 27th of November. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but I won't be making a video tomorrow. I had to come out to the cabin today because the next few days, starting after Friday, there's about a 4 or 5 day period where the temperature doesn't even get above freezing. So I wanted to come out, shut off the water supply, drain the pump, get the bladder all drained, the lines all drained, because I don't want anything freezing and busting. And while I'm out here doing all of that, I thought I would share with you, I'm working on a short film, trying to do something different, a cinematic film, 4 or 5 minutes long. And my shot list for that, I'm doing probably 150, 200 different shots that I'll be editing together. So it's rather difficult by yourself to do all this kind of stuff. But I thought I would just turn the camera on and you guys watch what I'm doing. I'm not going to tell you what the film is until I get it finalized. It may be a couple of months before I get all the shots in that I need, but it'll be fun to do. One thing I've got to do, I need to get some footage of me coming down the road in my truck, coming up the driveway, getting out of the truck, walking over to the cabin. Just, 5-second, 10-second clips of that kind of stuff. And there's going to be a whole bunch of those clips that I'll have to go through. But to set up each shot is a pain in the butt, again, by yourself. So I'll let y'all watch me do it. Now, the first shot, I have to take the camera down to the road, get it in position, then back the truck up the road a ways, and then come down the road and turn up the driveway. Then I'll be bringing the camera back up here, going back down the driveway and around, coming back up for 2 or 3 different shots and angles of doing that. And then shots of getting out of the door, stepping out, all that kind of, you'll see. And it may not make a lot of sense because at the end, it all has to be tied together with that cinematic look, if you know what I mean. I don't know what I'm doing. This just sounds like a fun thing to try to see if I have enough talent to actually shoot stuff like this and then edit it on the back end. It's winter time. There's not a whole lot else to do. Anyway, it's cold. I got to quit talking so much because I'm getting cold. The first shot you're not going to really see because I got to walk the camera all the way down the driveway, then get the truck and back it up. I'm not going to carry this camera at the same time. So I'll be back when I start doing more stuff up on the driveway. You can see the different things I do with that kind of shot. All right, I got 2 or 3 takes of that one. Got down the driveway, I did not realize it's so overcast and everything, but it's light enough, and the way I have to set the camera up, I needed my variable ND filter, so I had to come back up to the cabin, get in there, dig through, find the filter, go down there and set it back up again. But now I'm going to do 2 or 3 takes of the truck pulling up here into the driveway. I'll let you watch that. it's going to be tricky because it's going to go from light to dark when I pull the truck up. So my white balance will change. I got an automatic white balance. I'll let it do its thing since the camera isn't moving. I don't know if it could have seen me go through, see through the window, see me go up the steps, but I tried. Alright. Now I'm out of battery. Alright, so now I want a shot where I pull up and definitely wanted to see me get out of the truck and walk up to the cabin. So let me move you. Back here where you can get a wider shot. I'm going to try from there. We'll put this on the ground. Let me move you again. So now I've got this camera on this small tripod, and I'm going to try to put it here to where it sees me stepping out of the truck. I'm going to try something rather radical. You'll either get to see a big fail or a pretty cool shot. Let me back up. Let me move you again. Give you an idea what I'm trying here. Damn it. Alright, so that's not going to work. It won't go under the truck. But let's try to get a perspective like this. I think that was pretty cool. Now, one more shot with the truck. Then I'm gonna do a couple from the porch. I need to work. Glad I got done with all that before the truck went by. Let's try this. Seriously? There we go. That's overexposed. All right, it's cold. I'm about done with working outside. But I do want to get a couple more shots back on the other tripod now. Now you weren't here for all of that. That was probably about 30 minutes, 45 minutes of going back and forth and shooting and changing. Because every shot I did, I looked at it. I looked at the exposure. You know, it took it different times for each one to get the right setting, I hope. Get rid of this box. All of this just for the entrance into a cab. This will probably comprise about 8 to 10 seconds of the video. That's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too boring watching me run around like an idiot, trying to get shots that when I get home and put them on the laptop, bring them into Power Director to see if any of it's usable, see if I want any of that. But the clouds were where I like the overcast sky. I like the, you know, the wintry scene. No green hardly. That's going to help with the mood of the film. And like I said, all of this will probably comprise 8 to 10 seconds of the film. That's it. So that'll give you an idea of what I plan on having to go through to make, you know, 3, 4, 5 minute film. But to get all the cinematic effect and all that kind of stuff, just to see if I have that kind of talent. So that was the fun part. I'm cold as hell now. Now I got to get my water system winterized. I'll get you off of this tripod and I'll take you to the power shed. I'm gonna pull the fuse to the water pump and then I'll come in the house and empty it out. That'll empty out the accumulator tank and the pump and the line. And I won't have to worry about any of that freezing up during this freeze we're about to get. So hang on, we'll get around there. All right, welcome back. First thing I have to do is go to the power room. This is my rain catchment. And you can tell I'm quite full. I'm not worried about those freezing. But in here, the only thing that is running on solar now is the RV pump, the 12-volt pump for the water. And that's only because I haven't moved it inside yet. But what I'm going to do, I don't want my batteries to freeze, so they're going to stay charging. Everything's going to be hooked up. The only thing I'm going to do, this is my converter, this right here. This takes this 24 volts coming out of the batteries, converts it back to 12 volts to run the pump. And I'm going to take that fuse out of there so that I have to tape it in because it falls out all the time. But now the pump has no power. So I will go in and see, I'm charged even as overcast and ugly as it is out there. I'm still getting a charge. But all I have to do now is go in and turn on the tap, let it drain, and we will be good. It's all PEX tubing. I wonder if I can undo this. Hang on a second. One thing I forgot to do last winter, this is my first flush diverter. And you see that big crack in it. I forgot to leave it draining. We got rain, this filled up with water and gunk. And when we had the freeze, the water that was inside here froze. Now it's got a crack there. I'm not that worried about it because when it rains, it just fills that up with the leaves and stuff on top of the, it comes out of the gutter, goes down into that diverter, first flush diverter. Then once that fills up with all the garbage, the water goes across into that bucket, which is connected to this bucket. And then out of this bucket is the line going into the house. So when it rains now, if it's going to rain before the freeze, what will happen is this will get filled up, but it'll drain out now. It's not going to stay full of water. I learned my lesson. And I'm lucky that it was just that crack and I don't have to replace the whole thing yet. I mean, eventually I will. But that'll keep everything from freezing. And like I said, there's plenty of room in those barrels. Those are thick olive barrels. They're not, if it freezes, it's not going to affect them. I'm not worried about that. Might split my hose down there, but I can get another one of those if I need to. I'm not going to empty the barrels because the weekend after next is supposed to be in the 40s again, and I'll be out here and I'll want water. So let me take you inside and we'll go drain the water out of the lines and out of the pump and out of the tank. It's nice and warm in here. So if I just turn this on, so now I'm empty. I'll leave that tap open in case the PEX tubing underneath freezes. It has room for it to go so it won't bust anything. I don't think it's going to freeze under there because I'm leaving the that propane heater, I'm leaving that on low. That'll keep the temperature inside the cabin here at around 40 degrees. No matter how cold it gets outside, it'll stay between 35 and 40 degrees in here with this on low. And that's the reason for having this in here. Just so when I walk in, everything's not frozen. I'll turn off the electric one now. Get a light, make sure that's at the right setting. Kind of hard to see over there. That's where I want it. That's where I want it. On 1. It's not going to kick on because it's 64 in here right now. All right. We are good to go. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. I went by and bought a radio. Why did Joe buy a radio for out here besides listening to it? I leave this running when I leave because the noise, suppose now Bobby does it. Bobby's the one who reminded me to do it, and I've seen videos on YouTube about it. With that noise from the radio, it's all Christmas music, by the way, so maybe the mice will enjoy that. The mice will not come around because they think somebody's in here. That's what I've heard. So I thought, you know what? I'll stick a radio up here. I turn it on when I leave. And I didn't see any mice poops anywhere. So I don't know. Of course, I haven't seen any for a while. They're up in the ceiling. I can hear them in the ceiling every now and then. But I haven't seen them down in here lately. But we'll see. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. This I got to chop up like crazy because now we're about an hour long on this video, so I got to chop it all up. But yeah, a lot of fun shooting those shots I need for my film. I've still got a bunch to shoot in Wheeling. I've got shots to do here inside the cabin. I got shots to do inside the barn, my whole shot list. Like I said, it's probably going to take me a good month and a half to get all of the shots that I need. Then I got to sit down and take the 150, 200 shots, you know, decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm not going to keep, get the music set, everything, because there's going to be no dialogue. I'm going to tell the story without dialogue. That's the idea behind doing this. And just to see if I can. Anyway, again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This is Joe out here in the cabin. By the way, my Amazon wish list, I figured out how to do links to it now. So you can see the camera gear I want to buy now in case you want to give me something for Christmas. But this is Joe out here at the cabin at St. Bernard Acres. I'm out of here.